What is intelligence? Is it acing a math test? Or painting a masterpiece? What if I told you it's a story that has been unfolding for billions of years, and we're all characters in it? Today, we're going on a journey. From the very first spark of life to the dawn of artificial intelligence, to uncover the epic story of intelligence. Our story begins about 3.8 billion years ago, in a primordial soup of chemicals. Life was simple, just single-celled organisms floating around. Their version of intelligence was basic survival: sense light, find food, avoid danger. Imagine a bacterium that doesn't have a brain, but it can detect a chemical gradient in the water and move towards nutrients. This is the root of all intelligence, the ability to sense the environment and react to it in a way that promotes survival. For billions of years, this was the state of the art. Sense and respond. Simple, but effective. Then, something incredible happened. The Cambrian explosion, about 540 million years ago. Life got complex, fast. Suddenly we see the first animals with nervous systems. Why? The world had become a more dangerous and competitive place. Predators were evolving, and prey needed to get smarter to survive. This arms race sparked a revolution. The first simple brains appeared, little more than clusters of nerve cells called ganglia. These weren't for thinking about philosophy. They were for processing sensory information. What can I eat, and what wants to eat me? And coordinating a faster, more effective response. It was the birth of active decision-making. Let's fast forward a bit, past the age of dinosaurs, to the rise of the mammals. After the Great Extinction Event, mammals, which had been small creatures hiding in the shadows, found a new world of opportunity. Their brains started to grow, especially a new part called the neocortex. This is the wrinkled, outer layer of the brain that we associate with higher-level thought. Why did it develop? One theory is the social brain hypothesis. As primates started living in larger, more complex social groups, they needed more brain power to keep track of everyone. Who's a friend? Who's a rival? Who owes me a favor? Managing these intricate social relationships required a new level of intelligence. It wasn't just about surviving the physical world anymore. It was about navigating the social world. And that brings us to our own branch of the family tree, the hominins. About 7 million years ago, our ancestors started walking on two legs. This simple change had massive consequences. It freed up our hands. Suddenly, we could carry things, and more importantly, we could make things. The first stone tools appeared around 2.5 million years ago. This is a huge leap. Making a tool isn't just a simple reaction. It requires foresight, planning, and understanding cause and effect. You have to imagine the tool you want to create, select the right stone, and know how to strike it just right. This is procedural intelligence, a step-by-step problem-solving ability that laid the foundation for everything that followed. With tools came better access to food, especially nutrient-rich meat and bone marrow. This high-energy diet fueled the most expensive organ in the body, the brain, and our brains went into hyperdrive. The human brain tripled in size over a few million years, an unprecedented rate of growth in evolutionary history. This bigger brain allowed for even more complex behaviors. We mastered fire, which let us cook food, unlocking even more nutrients and protecting us from predators. We started to cooperate in sophisticated ways, hunting large game that no single individual could take down alone. And then, perhaps the most profound development of all, language. We don't know exactly when complex language emerged, but once it did, it changed the game entirely. Language allows us to share knowledge not just face-to-face but across generations. I don't have to personally learn that a certain mushroom is poisonous. Someone can just tell me. A story, a warning, a piece of advice can be passed down, accumulating over time. This is collective intelligence. We were no longer limited to what one person could learn in a single lifetime. We now had access to the stored knowledge of our entire tribe, our entire species. Culture was born. This ability to share and build upon ideas led to an explosion of innovation. About 40,000 years ago, we see the first cave paintings, the first musical instruments, the first intricate jewelry. This wasn't just about survival anymore. This was symbolic thought, abstract thinking. We were creating art, expressing ideas, and exploring a world beyond the immediately visible. We started asking questions. Who are we? Where did we come from? What are those lights in the sky? This curiosity, this drive to understand, is a uniquely powerful form of intelligence. For thousands of years, this cultural evolution continued, slowly at first, and then with gathering speed. The agricultural revolution allowed us to settle down and build cities. The invention of writing about 5,000 years ago was like giving our collective intelligence a permanent, high-capacity hard drive. Knowledge could now be stored and copied with perfect fidelity. This led to the rise of empires, philosophy, science, and mathematics. We developed the scientific method, a systematic process for testing our ideas against reality. This form of intelligence, rational, empirical, and collaborative, allowed us to uncover the laws of nature and harness them. The Industrial Revolution was another massive turning point. We used our understanding of physics and chemistry to build machines that could do the work of 100 people. transforming society on a scale never seen before. Our intelligence was no longer just in our heads. It was embedded in the tools and systems we created all around us. And that brings us to today, to the digital age. The invention of the computer and the internet represents another fundamental shift. For the first time, we have created tools that don't just augment our physical abilities, but our mental ones. The internet has connected our collective intelligence on a global scale. We can access the sum of human knowledge from a device in our pocket. We can collaborate with people on the other side of the planet as if they were in the same room. And now, we stand on the precipice of the next great chapter in the story of intelligence. Artificial intelligence. For billions of years, intelligence was inextricably linked to biological life. But now, we are creating intelligence in a new substraticon. We're teaching machines to learn, to reason, to create. We've built AIs that can defeat the world's best Go players, compose music, write poetry, and help scientists discover new medicines. This isn't just another tool. This is potentially a new kind of mind. The story of intelligence is a story of increasing complexity and abstraction. It started with a single cell, sensing its immediate environment. It evolved through brains that could navigate complex social worlds. It gave rise to a species that could share knowledge across generations through language and culture. And now, it's leading us to create non-biological minds that may one day surpass our own. So what is intelligence? It's not one thing. It's the bacterium's sense of direction, the primate's social savvy, the human's ability to create art, and the AI's power to process vast amounts of data. It's a dynamic, evolving process of getting better at solving problems and achieving goals. The story is far from over. We are living in what might be the most pivotal moment in its entire 3.8 billion year history. The next chapter is being written right now, and we are its authors. Thanks so much for joining me on this incredible journey through time. If you found this story as fascinating as I do, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the biggest questions of science and humanity. Let me know in the comments what you think the next chapter in the story of intelligence will be. Until next time, stay curious.